Hi everyone! Today I want to show you this new RENPHO Smart Scale because I think it could be a great option if you already own a smart scale and you've been wondering whether it's actually worth upgrading. I've been using another RENPHO Smart Scale for quite a while now, and honestly, I never really thought about replacing it because it's always worked great for me. But when I saw this new model, I couldn't help but wonder, is there really that much of a difference, or does it just look nicer? So I decided to compare them side by side and find out if upgrading is actually worth it. The first thing I did was put both scales next to each other. At first glance, they look very similar, but there are a few differences that stand out right away. The first thing I noticed is that this one has a slightly larger platform, so it feels a little more comfortable when you step on it. I also like the design a lot better. It looks more modern, and overall, it just feels like a more premium product. Another thing I noticed is the larger rubber feet on the bottom. They give the scale a really solid feel, and it barely moves while you're standing on it. Another noticeable upgrade is the power source. My older RENPHO uses AAA batteries, while this one has a built-in rechargeable battery with USB-C. Personally, I like this a lot better because I don't have to worry about replacing batteries anymore. I just recharge it whenever it needs it, and that's it. As you can see, both scales have electrodes where you place your feet, so you'd probably expect them to work exactly the same. But this is where things start to change, because up to this point, most people would assume they do the exact same thing. Let me show you. Before using it, let me quickly show you what comes in the box. Inside the box, you'll find the Smart Scale, the USB-C charging cable, and the user manual with the setup instructions. Getting everything set up was actually really easy. I just scanned the QR code, downloaded the RENPHO Health app, paired the scale with my phone through Bluetooth, and the app guided me through the rest. A few minutes later, everything was ready for my first measurement. Another feature I really like is that you can create multiple user profiles, so everyone in the family can use the same scale while keeping their own measurements and history completely separate. Unlike a traditional smart scale, this one adds one extra step. Besides standing barefoot on the platform, you also hold the handle with both hands for a few seconds while it completes the scan. Before using it, I paired the scale with the RENPHO app through Bluetooth. The whole process only took a couple of minutes. As soon as it's finished, all of your results automatically sync to the app. And this is where it gets really interesting. Besides your weight, the app gives you a much better picture of your overall body composition. Let me show you the measurements that I personally find the most useful. One of them is body fat percentage. For me, this is one of the most valuable metrics because it's not just about how much you weigh, it's about understanding what that weight is actually made up of. Another measurement that really stood out to me is muscle mass. If you work out regularly, you probably had those weeks where the number on the scale barely changes, and it's easy to feel like you're not making progress. But sometimes you're actually losing body fat while building muscle at the same time. And that's exactly why your weight alone doesn't tell the whole story. The app also tracks body water, bone mass, protein, and visceral fat, giving you a much more complete picture of your overall progress. One thing I really like is that the app also tells you whether each measurement falls within a recommended range, so it's much easier to understand your results. Another feature I found really useful is the segmental body analysis. Instead of only showing overall results, it breaks everything down by each arm, each leg, and your torso. My previous RENPHO didn't have this feature, and I think it's especially useful if you work out or if you simply want a more detailed view of how your body is changing over time. After comparing both models, I came away thinking they're both excellent smart scales. The biggest difference isn't how they measure your weight, it's everything else. This model gives you a lot more information with every scan. And if you're someone who likes tracking your body composition in detail, I think those extra features really make a difference. If all you need is a smart scale to check your weight every now and then, a basic model will probably do everything you need. But if you want deeper insights into your body and more detailed progress tracking, I'd personally go with this one. Try to weigh yourself around the same time of day and under similar conditions each time. That way, your results will be much more consistent when you compare them over time. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to like and follow for more real-world, no-nonsense product reviews. I like testing products the way most of us actually use them, so you know what to expect before you buy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.